Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over this 2021 Honda Ridgeline Sport, but I would like to give a special thanks to South Motors Honda for providing me with the Ridgeline. If you're in the market for a Honda, you can come check out South Motors Honda and ask for Nelson. He'll get you into a new or pre-owned vehicle. But let's start off underneath the hood here of the Honda Ridgeline. So now that I have the hood open here, this has Honda's 3.5 liter V6. It makes 280 horsepower, 262 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy for the Ridgeline here is at 18 in the city, 24 on the highway, and 21 combined. And Honda says you can tow 5,000 pounds with a payload of 1,583 pounds. So this thing is really capable of towing. But shedding the hood here of the Honda Ridgeline, let's talk about exterior styling here. Like I mentioned in my first look video that I showed you guys about 3 weeks ago, I find the Ridgeline to be an attractive mid-size pickup truck here. Looking at these taillights, they're going to be an LED projector bulb with an LED daytime running light with the halogen automatic low and high beam. Down here, Honda does throw an incandescent turn signal and also LED fault lights. There's this opening here to put an air curtain over the brakes and wheels. Looking here, there's this sport badge here. Looking at the Honda emblem, that does house the dynamic radar cruise control. This does have Honda sensing as standard equipment. I do like the grille here, but overall the Ridgeline, like I mentioned, is a handsome mid-size pickup truck in this segment. I want you guys to comment down below in the comment section and tell me what you guys think about the Ridgeline. Like I mentioned, I think it looks really good. But making our way to the side profile here, let's start off with these tires and wheels here. These are a 245/60 Firestone tires, so they're pretty good tires on the market. They're wrapped in this 18-inch rim design. I do like the dark finish here. These are probably one of my favorite rim designs that you can get beside the HPD, but those wheels look really good, which is the gold wheels. I do like those, the way that those look. There's no LED side marker, and the Sport does not come with a standard sunroof. The overall length for the Ridgeline here is at 210 inches with a wheelbase of 125.2. But making our way to the rear here, looking at the rear of the Ridgeline, looking at these taillights, they're going to be an incandescent design. Incandescent turn signal, brake light, and reverse light. There's the Ridgeline badge there. There's the Honda emblem. There's the standard backup camera right there. There's the Sport with the all-wheel drive. And down here, Honda does throw in dual tip exhaust. You can tow 5,000 pounds. But let's open up the tailgate here. Grab the handle there. And be really careful because this tailgate is a little heavy. So you have to be extremely careful when you're letting this thing down. And underneath here, if you have the key, or you can either lock it. Honda does throw in a spare tire, and you can also turn this into a cooler. So this is one of the only mid-size pickup truck in this segment to offer storage in the actual bed of the truck. You can shut this back. You can also lock it. That's where you lock it at. And this is also a composite bed material, so this thing will not get damaged. There's going to be incandescent lighting back here. There's a storage compartment right there, but shutting this back, it is kind of heavy, so you guys have to be extremely careful. But grabbing this here, as you guys can see, this thing will legit open up like a barn door, which I think is a nice feature. So you have easy access to this. Like I mentioned, you can turn this into a cooler. This is the only mid-sized truck in the segment that offers this party trick here. There's these tie-down hooks, so you have a couple bikes or a couple stuff that you want to tie down, you can definitely do so. But let's hop into the interior of the Honda Ridgeline. Sitting inside the interior here of the Honda Ridgeline, looking at this interior looks really nice. I do like that it has the actual cloth seats here on the Sport, but shutting the door here of the Honda Ridgeline, the door sounds pretty solid. But to start up the Ridgeline, just put your foot on the brake and press the start-stop button right here. This has Honda's 3.5 liter V6 underneath the hood. But starting off here with the door panel material is going to be a soft touch ejection molded plastic. There's this chrome door handle there. It is going to be automatic up, automatic down for the front two windows, but not for the rear windows. There's this grab handle here to shut the door. It's going to be nice and padded there. Your lock controls, you can also lock the windows from here. Over here is going to be additional storage, cup holders, your fuel cap opener, also the hood latch. This does have a manual parking brake there. Lane keeping assist, your traction control, forward collision warning, the cargo lamp for the bed. This does have the mirror controls here, and this is for the eco mode. Looking here, this is a manual tilt telescoping wheel. It does offer a good amount of range and adjustability. This is headlight and turn signal stock. The one wiper stock is there. This does have paddle shifters. It does house that 9-speed automatic transmission. There is some controls here for the driver's assistance. Like I mentioned, Honda sensing does come standard It does have adaptive cruise control. Your option to answer and hang up the phone is here. The volume controls and sources are going to be there. This is a little small helper screen here. You can't customize that. And Honda does keep it really simple here with the analog gauges. Looking at the upper part of the dashboard, is going to be a leather dashboard with some stitching. I do like the plastic steering wheel here, but if you go for a top trim, Honda will throw in a leather wrap steering wheel. And for 2021, if you guys didn't notice or watch any other Ridgeline reviews, is this volume knob. Finally, Honda has gave the Ridgeline back its volume knob. This is an 8-inch display. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. As you guys can see, it pops right up. The screen, the touch response is really fast, it's snappy. Going here to the Honda head unit, of course, is the older Honda interface, but like I mentioned, it does offer Android Auto and Apple CarPlay here. That's the hazard switch there. This does offer dual climate control. There's physical hard buttons here to adjust the fan speed and to put into sync. Here's going to be additional storage. My iPhone 12 Pro Max does fit just fine down here in this little compartment. That's a 12 volt, also with the USB-C, 2 cup holders. This does have the push button style transmission, which I do like a lot. Putting my foot on the brake and clicking the R, it does show you the backup camera with different angles around the vehicle, which the resolution of the camera looks really good. That's a N here for neutral. You click D for drive and click it again to go into sport mode. And this is for the drive mode selected there. It shows you normal, sport, mud, and snow. So you can basically put this thing in any terrain that you're on. And click P for park. Does also have an automatic start stop. I do like this texture here on the center console here. Open up, it does reveal a decent amount of storage in here. Just the key fob here for the Ridgeline. I showed you guys this key fob before. It's the Honda's corporate key. It does show you the remote start, lock, unlock, panic. The key does feel nice and sturdy in my hands. It does offer a 12 volt in there. You can close this off if you would like. Like I mentioned, I do like the cloth seats in here. I do like the pattern here on the seats. It looks really good, like honeycombs. There's also stitching here. There's an armrest here, so just in case you're on a long road trip, you can get really comfortable in this truck here. Like I mentioned, a nice leather dashboard here on the Ridgeline. Looking at the glove compartment, it does reveal a decent amount of storage. But overall, the Ridgeline does have a nice interior here. But let's hop into the back seat of the Honda Ridgeline. Sitting here in the back seat here of the Honda Ridgeline, Honda says you get 36.7 inches of legroom here. I'm only 5'8". I do have a decent amount of headroom here, but looking here, I do have plenty of foot space underneath the driver's seat. This is where I have the seat to drive. I'm only 5'8". There's going to be 2 map pockets back here for storage. And Honda does throw in your own set of rear air vents. There's a shallow amount of storage here. The floor back here is completely flat. You can sit a middle passenger here. You can also flip the seats up to have a complete flat load floor here. But pulling this armrest down here, it does reveal 2 cup holders and a little bit of storage. But overall, the Ridgeline does have a spacious back seat. So sign off in the 2021 Honda Ridgeline. This is my first Ridgeline review here on the channel, besides that first look that I showed you guys about 3 weeks ago. But this has Honda's 3.5 liter V6. It makes 280 horsepower, 262 pound-feet of torque, and it's paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. The ride quality so far is really good. It feels really smooth and compliant. And right now, you can also defeat the automatic start-stop because the engine is shut off. But once I release my foot off the brake, it's very responsive. The V6 sounds really good. It's the same V6 that they use in the Pilot and also in the Odyssey as well. So really tried and true V6 from Honda. It does have the 9-speed, and it also comes with paddle shifters here. Yeah, this thing is really responsive. The V6 has a nice growl from it. Let's talk about the fuel economy. It gets 18 in the city, 24 on the highway, and 21 combined. So it does get really good fuel economy. If you guys are looking to tow, Honda says you can tow 5,000 pounds, and this has a payload of 1,583 pounds. So you can basically put stuff in the actual bed with no problem. And this is the only pickup truck in this segment to offer a actual party trick tailgate that you can actually store stuff inside the actual bed of the truck, which is completely different from everything else in the segment, which is the Colorado, the Ford Ranger, and also the Jeep Gladiator. None of those other competitors can do that. This is the only truck in the segment. But like I mentioned, you can defeat that automatic start function if you would like. Just press the button. Like I mentioned, the engine is really fast to respond once you turn it off. Great visibility out of the Ridgeline here. I have no blind spots, but the visibility is really good. I do like these decent sized mirrors here, but it does not come with blind spot monitoring. I'm surprised to see that Honda doesn't throw blind spot monitoring here on the Ridgeline. On the Sport model, maybe you go for a different trim level, you might be able to get the blind spot monitoring, but this does come with Honda's driver's assistance, but just not the blind spot monitoring. But the ride quality here is really good, and this cabin does feel more spacious compared to the Gladiator, the Ford Ranger. And I haven't tested the Colorado, so I'm going to leave my judgment for that, but I tested the other two in this segment. But this interior feels way more spacious, especially in the back seat there. Honda says you get 36.7 inches of legroom, so you had tall passengers that can get comfortable. I'm not the tallest person, I'm only 5'8", but I do have plenty of space back there in the back seat of the Ridgeline. Very smooth ride quality, and the Ridgeline can be a daily driver because it does offer really good fuel economy in here. You can also put this thing in eco mode. I'm going to turn off the traction control. Like I mentioned, this does have all-wheel drive. I'm going to click the D here again, so it puts it into its actual sport mode here. I'm going to put my foot on the brake and accelerator. Oh God! Wow, this thing makes 262 pound-feet of torque, and this thing legit shoved me in the seat. The torque is really good off the line. This engine is really refined. The 9-speed automatic is really good as well. But most people are not going to drive this thing in actual sport mode. Like I mentioned, you can daily drive the Ridgeline here. Great fuel economy, really good visibility out of this truck, great driver's assistance. The seats in here feel really comfortable, they're supportive. I like that they're cloth seats. Hopefully next year Honda changes it up a little bit more. The exterior styling, like I mentioned, this is a nice, handsome mid-sized truck in this segment. After spending time with the Honda Ridgeline, starting price here for the Ridgeline is at $36,490. With the options and accessories, the Ridgeline stickers for $39,055. Hope you guys have enjoyed this review here on the Honda Ridgeline. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at DriveOnReviews and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next video.